Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back with another Fortnite tips and tricks video for you guys. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys some early game tips and tricks, as well as how to dominate in Tilted Towers here in Season 5. In Tilted Towers, there's a lot of people. I sort of got like half the lobby comes here every single game, and I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks to go around Tilted Towers and show you guys exactly how you can get a lot of kills without dying every single game coming tilted. And before we get to the video, if you guys could drop a like on this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on my notifications, and alright guys, let's get right to the video. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you guys how to dominate in Tilted Towers here for Season 5. And first off, of course, you want to choose a landing location. Sometimes you're going to get screwed over like I was in this game, but I was still managed to come out with 12 kills in Tilted from this gameplay right here. So of course I landed, I grabbed the tack, and I immediately killed the two guys that were on me. And when I go for the Haiku games, I usually land at Trump Tower, the biggest place in Tilted, the big building in the middle. That's where a lot of people, there's a good 5-6 people every single game. Even in solos here, I was playing a duo with a friend. But when you're playing solos, that is your best bet, because in solos there's not as many people, because everybody's going to be fighting each other, and in duos you can fight off 2 people, and in squads there's 4 people. So if you want to go for the most amount of kills in Tilted possible, you definitely want to play something like duos or squads. But if you're playing solos, your best bet is to go to Trump Tower in the middle and just go off in there. But like I said, you don't have to go to the middle building every single time to drop a lot of kills. And there's something that I do in all. I have 3 gameplays for you guys. This is, of course, is the most amount of kills, because I only played like a few games today. But this was a 12 kill game coming out of Tilted. But the main thing that I do in every single game I play, in every single game, no matter if I land Tilted or I land Salty, Retail, I always do one certain thing, and especially, this is especially important in duos or squads, but also important in solos so you don't get screwed over, and that's never pushing into the center. And there's always some occasions where I take a shot, like right here, I'm taking a shot in the open, because I'm going for the quick elimination. But if you want to stay alive in a place like Tilted Towers, what you have to do is you have to run around the side, because you always want to try to push buildings, especially in Tilted, because there's not a lot of mats. Of course, there's wood pallets right near the center, but of course, you can't always get to the wood pallets. So when you're in a place with low mats, what you have to do is you have to stay close to buildings. You have to stay close to natural cover, because if not, you run out of mats, you're dead. And that's the exact reason why you don't want to push in the middle, no matter if it's Pleasant, Retail, Salty, or Tilted. You don't want to push in the middle, because that is the best chance of you getting pinched. And if you don't have a lot of mats, you're getting shot from multiple angles, you're going to be dead very, very quickly. And that's something that I do all the time in my games. In the early game, is I always stick to the edge, and I like to stay on top of buildings, so that is the best position I can have. Because if someone's like running into the middle or running around the side coming towards me, I have an absolute position on them. It is just an easy kill for me, because if they're just running towards me and I'm on top of a building, and like I said, not a lot of people, especially in the early game, they don't have a lot of mats, I could just sit on top of the building and absolutely just laser them with the AR, laser all their stuff. And right here, this guy was on top of the clock tower, and I knew I had like no mats right here. I had 17 mats from my steel Nazi only, so I could only put one wall down, and I didn't want to waste any of it. I didn't want to try to fight him. That was not the best idea. So this guy was just up here, so I'm like, screw it, we're gonna mine this guy down, because I couldn't push him right. And a lot of players, they don't like to come off their camping spots, they don't like to come off the high ground, so you kind of have to find a way to get them down, especially when you're low on mats. So right here, we get this guy, he jumps on top of the building, and really your only 2 options is to camp in the building and wait it out, or just to rush this guy. We said screw it, why not? Let's just rush this guy. This player actually jumped off the building, and he's behind the tree. The thing is, I don't have a lot of heals, and I don't have a lot of health. I only have 50 health. This guy actually sees me, he shoots me down, gets a few tags on me, and right here, I'm only at 30 health. There's not much I can do. I don't have a ton of mats. I don't want to push this guy, especially when I have like 20 health. This dude can just one-shot me. So I try to get like a few peek shots to try to get anything to rip off his health. And this guy's going to get naded from the back and actually get killed by the team behind him. And which is, it puts me in a good spot, because as soon as this team dies, I know I can't fight this team. I have 20 health. There's nothing I can do. So luckily, I found minis here. But it's important in Fortnite that you want to play patient. You don't want to always rush. I know I edited right here, but I was in there for a good solid 30 seconds-ish. And I was just waiting it out, because I didn't want to push that team, because I had no chance. There was no chance of me killing both of them unless they're complete dog trash players that had no thumbs. So there was no chance of me killing them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait it out, and I'm going to let this guy push me. He might have been the guy earlier that was pushing that killed the team from behind. I don't know yet. So this guy's just playing super aggressive. I'm just gonna wait it out, get the high ground on him, and just completely kill this guy without taking any damage at all, which is huge. I didn't take any damage in this situation. I did have one mini, but I wanted to keep as much health as possible. Of course, here in this game, I was playing for kills, but at the same time, I had to be really careful about the amount of mats I had in my positioning. Because right here, I'm not in the best position. So, me challenging any of these guys right here, I was guaranteed to get absolutely melted for all of my health, lose all of my mats. So, I'm going to wait it out. This guy actually drops down. He doesn't see me over here. And I'm going to get a few shots in him and get the elimination on him. So, that is 11 kills in tilted so far. I'm gonna be able to get one more kill before I end up getting killed by this team. This team, I swear to God, used like 20 bouncers on me, 3 launch pads. I had no chance. Like, based on my health, I even took like a little more damage because they were just sprayers, they were camping, and they just used every single bouncer and launch pad they had on me. And this was the last kill I got in tilted. So I should have had 16 kills in tilted because I knocked 2 players that got revived. So it would have been 14 right there. And if I killed that team, that would have been 16. So that's unfortunate there, but I still had 12 kills in tilted, which was very, very good. Here in this gameplay, I was using the same approach as I was talking about in the last game. I'm landing on the sides of tilted, on the edges of tilted, because if I jump into the middle, unless I get to the big Trump tower first, unless I get to that middle building first, and have an absolutely perfect landing, a lot of times I'm going to get screwed over. So my best bet, and what I do a lot of the times that makes me able to be so consistent and tilted, is I land at one of the houses on the edge. And for this one, I landed at the house right here. I like to land in the buildings in front of me. I don't know, and I also I pretty much like any building in tilted, to be honest, except for anything that's in the middle, really, because that is just not the best bet to go. So when it comes to tilted and how you're able to get so consistent at tilted and completely dominate tilted, is you choose a building on the outside, and what you do is you grab your loot and then you always stick to the outside. You never rush into the middle unless you absolutely have to. You always stay around the side and you just pick people off, and that's how I'm able to dominate tilted consistently game after game. Is I'm always picking a guy off in a building and then rotating to the next building along the edges, and that's how you're going to dominate tilted towers in Season 5 right there. It's just rotating along the edges so you don't get shot in the middle, you don't get pinched, and you're going to avoid a lot of bad situations just by rotating around the edges. You're going to fight a lot less people, and it's going to be a lot more 1v1 gunfights and not like 1v4 getting pinched by like 10 people kind of gunfights that you can see in tilted towers from time to time. So you want to play it smart, run around the edges, and I guarantee you're going to be getting a lot more kills in tilted, and you're going to be making out of tilted towers a lot more in Season 5. And the reason that staying next to buildings or rotating around to each building is so effective is because a lot of times in the early game, right, you don't have that many mats. Like, you don't have a lot of mats to waste. You don't have like 500 wood to go through unless you land the pallets. But at the same time, it's kind of in the middle, and you're gonna get pinched a lot of times. And you have to be very quick if you do so. Otherwise, you're gonna get shot from many different angles. But you're not gonna have a lot of mats, so you want to use the building as cover, and that's why it's so effective to run around to each building. Because if you're getting shot at, what you can do instead of burning through your mats is you can use the building, you can go into the building, you can use the building to peek around corners. It's just, you're using the building as cover, and it's really, really effective. Especially, this is how you want to play if you don't have any mats, and this is how you want to play in the early game when you don't have any mats. It's just playing around the sides so you don't have to burn any mats. And if you get shot up, you can run around a corner, you can play the building, you can honestly juke the guy in the building. Like, there's so many things that you can do, and there's so many situations you can get out of when you do that. Here in this game right here, this is a really good example of what to do when you get a bad landing. Because right here, I was looking down at my phone, I wasn't paying attention, and I missed the AR. Just complete dumb move right there. So right now, I'm struggling to get a weapon. There's guys above me, guys everywhere. I found a hunting rifle. Thank goodness I found a hunting rifle though. And I'm going to have to use this to get a kill on a guy, which actually pretty impressive that I got the kill with this. You guys are about to see. Absolutely dink this dude. Claps his cheeks with this gun. You know, I'm trying to figure out who these guys are. See him around the corner. Bang. Got him in the head. Hit him with my hunting rifle. Got the kill on him right there. And this is what I'm going to do is I was going to, as soon as I finished looting, I wanted to push a building and try to get out of the open as fast as possible. But I had this guy I ran into, and this guy was just trying to fight me. I was trying to get a shot on him, and he did the thing where he put the ramp over me, and what it did is just flung me back. And this guy's playing extra aggressive, all out rushing. Probably wasn't the best idea considering how much health I had and how much health he had. But anyways, I decided to push Trump Tower just because I was pretty sure there was no one left in the buildings, and I had another guy who ran up on me here. I lasered this dude. Just complete god accuracy right here. Doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's clean. And I see this guy over here peeking through the window, and that's another thing. Peeking through windows is gonna get you a lot of kills in the early game, because that's something that not a lot of people expect. A lot of people expect you to come up the stairs or just go up to the top. But if you come into the window, a lot of the times they're not even gonna be ready for it, and they're gonna have no idea that you're coming in from the window. So going in from the window is gonna win you a lot of games, especially in tilted towers. And what you can do is, to get in tilted towers, for you guys who don't know, is you can put a pyramid right next to the window, and you can literally just crouch and walk right in, and you're gonna get a ton of kills that way. And alright guys, that's kind of it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys can dominate in tilted towers here in season 5. If you can, drop a like in this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on my notifications so you're notified for every single new video that comes out. And alright guys, I will see you in the next video.